So we're getting reports on the return that the Mets are sending to the Giants for Tyler Rogers, and it seems like a hefty package for a rental reliever. According to multiple reports, the Mets will be sending Jose Butto, prospect center fielder Drew Gilbert, and pitcher Blade Tidwell, who pitched earlier this year for the Mets, all going to San Francisco for Tyler Rogers. Rogers will help, but that's a lot to give up. Fly ball hit to the left center field. Merrill and Sheets will take charge. One away.
You know, the Butto piece to that is the one that's interesting because you're giving up a reliever that has been a relatively reliable reliever for this Mets bullpen, and they're trying to get bullpen help. So, I mean, Trevor Rogers is quite the reliever. He's got great stuff and interesting angles, and he's going to be a guy, but he is a guy that is at some point a rental right now unless they have something predetermined, but that's a lot to give up, I think.
Butto sitting next to Mets bullpen coach Jose Rosado. Perhaps he's heard and just waiting. Usually you're on hug watch at this time of year. We're going to see patting his legs.
Yeah, so he's giving him some love out there.
But that's you know, that's the human side of the business of the trading deadline. You got a guy who has spent his entire career in this organization and now looks like he's moving on. Of course, none of this is official. And I go back 10 years. It's just a few days after the Wilmer Flores trade that wasn't, and all the tears. So you never know.
I get it. Sometimes a guy like that just feels lost having to go to a new organization. But it's also, you know, there is something about, okay, now what am I going to do? What's the next step? How am I going to get there? What am I going to feel like with this new team? How's the city? Where am I going to live? It's all the other things besides what I can do on the baseball field.
Right. I mean, from a baseball standpoint, it'll provide a fresh opportunity, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's interesting that Butto, if he is being dealt, gets dealt right after the Mets send Huáscar Brazoban down to the minors to stretch out to be a multiple inning reliever, which is a role that Butto has filled for the last couple of years.
You're right, and you can see that they like what they've seen out of Rico Garcia so far since he's been here, and he can give you multiple innings, but it is interesting.
What will also be interesting if Butto goes to San Francisco is whether they try to stretch him out as a starting pitcher, because obviously he's been a starter in the past and the Giants have a huge need for starting pitching. Here's the other piece, because this sometimes happens. As Mauricio strikes out, if Butto is traded, he could fly back on the charter with the Mets because the Giants are in New York this weekend. No score in the second. Jose Butto still sitting in the Mets bullpen. Mets reports that he is part of the package that the Mets have traded to the Giants for Tyler Rogers. Rogers, by the way, has a 1.80 ERA this year. He is going to be an important piece for the Mets down the stretch, but I will reiterate what I said last half inning. That's a lot to give up. Well, again, the trade is not official. It won't be until all the medicals have been exchanged, but those are the career numbers for Tyler Rogers, who's 34 years old and will be a free agent after this season. He's having a fantastic year for the Giants. Ironically, his brother Taylor has also been traded today.
Rogers' parents are going to have to get some new uniforms now. They've got, I wonder if that's ever been done before, having brothers traded on the same day.
Well, there goes Butto. So he is apparently said his goodbyes in the bullpen, and you can see he's pretty emotional as he walks off and will get himself mentally adjusted to the fact that it looks like he's going to be a San Francisco Giant. Well, Jose Butto is back in the bullpen. Trade not official yet. There's certainly no worry about him being in tears on the field like Wilmer, because Butto wasn't going to pitch today anyway after a long outing last night. Now Jose Butto getting the obligatory hugs from all of his teammates and coaches. It is now apparently official that Butto has been traded to the Giants in the deal that brings the Mets Tyler Rogers. Xander Bogaerts leading off the home third and takes a sinker low. Ball and a strike. Now, Jose Butto did some great work for the Mets the last couple of years, and he will certainly be missed. No swing by Bogaerts. 2 balls and a strike.
As we talked about earlier, there's much more of a human element about that. I have been traded a couple times, once right at the deadline, but I was already at home. There's a little different feeling than being there with your teammates and being told.
Ground ball to short. It comes up for Lindor, and he throws out Bogaerts one away. But the other piece is that when you're traded for the first time, I mean, Butto joined the Mets organization in 2017, so this is his 9th year in the Mets organization. Right. It's all that he's known.
Yeah.
And now he gets dealt for the first time from everything that he knows.